What is going on, hockey fans? Welcome back to episode 20 of Lightin the Lamp. I'm your host, Dola, and with me, as always, is my co-host from the East Coast, JG. How you doing, pal?
Very good, pal. Very good. It's an epic Sunday here at the Jersey Shore. Headed for another big meet at the track today here with the old man. Eights and aces up to bat today. He's running really well. So just getting excited, putting a few down. Little Clase Azul Reposado, a couple Heinekens. Going to get her buzzing here. I know you're hurting. We got to get a boot down while you're hungover. So excited to watch that because I am buzzing right now. I feel really good. And I can't wait to watch you struggle, pal. As much as I love you, I love to watch you hurt just a little bit.
Oh my God, I'm just on the other side of the mountain. This is going to be savage, just because I took a beating last night. Just went after it. It's just didn't sleep too much, but here we go, fans. We're gonna put a quick boot, put a quick boot in the books, and then we're gonna light this lamp, and we're gonna get after it, and then we're gonna talk some hockey, some Stanley Cup hockey. So here we go.
Not the early bubble again, Tim. Struggle after the early bubble. He still buries it. You went with the early bubble again, but you finished it.
Wow, that's going to sit in the chest for a little bit.
You didn't burn it. You had the bubble, and you were still on a 90, but I haven't seen you. That was a tough one.
Oh, my God, just after last night, it's all coming back.
It's going to make you do one of two things. You're one, either going to throw up mid-episode, or two, any second, you're just going to be absolutely flying high, and you're going to be feeling great. You know how that works. It's the best of either world. You don't know what you're going to get.
Oh, yeah, followed up.
Maybe you feel great in a few minutes. Maybe you're throwing up. We don't know. But we'll find out, ladies and gentlemen. So that's epic.
That's going to be great. So, boot in the books. You got a Heineken buzzing over there. JG, we have what, like 5 games already to cover from the Stanley Cup between the Dallas Stars and Tampa Bay Lightning, and what an absolute slate of games that we have to cover. Like, really, I mean, I don't know if you want to go all the way back, but just some unsung heroes really to shout out here. So let's have you kick this off. Who are you going to talk about here first?
I mean, listen, I'm going to kick it off with my two favorites right now, Corey Perry and Joe Pavelski. We're going to definitely get back into them later because later in the series, they're showing to be the reason Dallas isn't gone already. But,
100%.
I mean, two guys that Corey Perry, you signed in hopes that you would get 50% of the Corey Perry that we saw in Anaheim for all these years. You got a lot more. In the regular season, I don't even know if you got 50% of that. I don't think he was great. He didn't put up many points at all. But as soon as the playoffs come, boy, does he show why he's worth signing, man. He's an absolute competitor. He wants to win. That's all he wants. He makes you hate him. I can't stand him. Watching him, it reminds me of me. And I know a lot of people hated to watch me play because I was a piece of shit. I was yelling, I was screaming, I was chirping, always in the middle of it. But for some guys, I mean, it just makes them go. And you see it with Corey Perry. If he's not in the middle of it, he doesn't go. And he's been in the middle of it all series. And here he comes last night. I know it's a little late in the series. We're just starting to talk about it. But last night in Game 5, I mean, must win. Starts the game off with the goal to get the lead there and finishes it off with a game winner in overtime. So shows you why he's a playoff type player and shows you why Dallas is not to be fucked with, and they're not going anywhere.
Corey Perry basically has made camp, set up base camp right in front of Vasilevsky. Literally almost all of his goals are coming from garbage time in front of the net and just burying it, right?
He's got 5 playoff goals after last night. I would have to, if I was a betting man, I'd have to tell you all 5 were within 7 feet of the crease of the blue paint.
Or inside of it, like last night, like the puck lands on his stick in front of him.
I would say 4 of the goals are probably within 3 feet of the blue paint, and then all 7, all 5 or 6, you're within 7 feet of the blue paint all the way around. He's never outside of that area. I mean, he is the prototypical. He fits in on a heavy team like Dallas. They're heavy, they hit, They go to the corners, and they're winning games with garbage can goals in front of the net. I mean, they're playing hard-nosed hockey. You're not seeing these crazy – I mean, unless from Heiskanen or Klinkberg or the few really skilled, defensemen that they have, you're not seeing these crazy like Stamkos walking down the wing and putting one far side top corner and it shoots out to the red line because it's a rocket.
Yeah.
On the Dallas end, you're getting garbage can goals. The puck's going to the cage and the guys are in front of the net. Pavelski, Perry, they're there. They're in the goalie's face. They're a presence. They're causing issues all over that area of the house. They're in the middle of it. They're causing mayhem. They're in the corners, winning puck battles, and they're not going away. I mean, Tampa Bay's winning games, and they just hang around, man. And every game you see it, Dallas is hanging around every game, and that's why they've snuck 2 out, and they're still in the series. They hang around. They keep playing their game. They're not going outside the limits of their game. And, last night they came out and they said, we're down 3-1. We're going to keep playing the same way we played the last 4 games because this series could very well be 3-1 Dallas. So let's not stop doing what we've been doing. Let's keep playing the way we've been playing, and let's try to win a game. And that's what they did. You got to commend them. They're not running off the rails. They're following Bowness' system, and they really look to be like a team that has bought in, completely bought into the coaching, the system, and they love the veteran leadership around them. You're seeing guys like Heiskanen and Klinkberg and some of these younger – high-caliber players are really latching on to these older guys and following them down the trenches, and it's working out for them.
I got to say, and then, even though they don't pull out game 4, right, and then they pull out game 5, I got to say Tyler Seguin has just finally, I feel like, gotten some swagger back even in the points category.
Still needs to bury one for us here, but other than that, I mean, like you said, 5 assists in the last 2 or 3 games. I mean,
2 games, 5 assists. He had
assists on every goal last night. They win 3-2. So I mean, he obviously is turning it on. And Bowness has said it numerous times in the press conference. You guys are all ragging on Seguin and Ben. You don't see the point. Well, Ben, now we've been on a stretch where you're seeing the points again. He's back. Seguin, you're not seeing it, and he's telling you Seguin has played some of his best hockey all season without having any points because he's such a good player now that he doesn't even need to score to have an impact on the game.
So
he
look at
the game so well that when he's not in a position to be the guy that's carrying his team, he goes out, he finishes the body, he's on the penalty kill, the power play, he's still moving the puck, he's still doing his thing, he's not bitching and moaning, he's not crying. He's showing you a veteran that's been there, done that, has won a cup, has been a young guy that would probably be upset and all out of whack at a time like this right now where you're not playing to what you think your ability is, but he's found a role and he's rolled with it, and now he's coming back to being that top guy in these last couple of games in the Stanley Cup when you really need him. So, everything you'd want from a top-notch player.
It's crazy, too, because you look at, Corey Perry's game winner last night. It was Tyler Seguin in front of the net with Ruda on Tampa Bay all over him, hounding him, picking up his stick, but nobody picked up Perry. So you got Seguin in front of the net causing havoc and traffic, and then that just gives Corey Perry again that 2 in his face, and that's it. He gets an assist on it.
Even the last couple of series where he hasn't really been scoring, he's been there. I mean, he's around the cage. He's involved in the play. He's just not catching those bounces. And, a lot of these plays, we talk about it as hockey players, as a fan, if you don't really know the game, you're not noticing what happens to start a play from the defensive end. Seguin might catch a breakout pass and chip a puck, and next thing you know, they're going up the ice 3-on-2, and Seguin's not in the play anymore, but he made the whole play. So if you're not, a guy who understands the game to that extent, and you're just a fan, you're not seeing what he's really doing to progress these plays that are happening to begin with. Yeah, he might not be getting the points. He might not be scoring the goals, but he's taking a hit to make a play. He's making that first pass out of the zone. He's doing all those little things that cause the goal to happen that as a fan and not somebody who understands the game, you're not going to notice that.
And honestly, and then because does it even matter when you have Joe Pavelski who's scoring goals like he's a 25-year-old at 36 years old?
He's been doing it every year. Every year we count him, Joe Pavelski, it's got to end eventually, right? And every year Joe Pavelski scores fucking 25, 30 and then goes into the playoffs and fucking has 7 to 10. And now he's on pace to score fucking 15, 16 goals if he keeps going.
He has the most goals
For
from a
me, I
United
mean, you gotta
States born
say,
player.
you gotta
Like he
say
broke the record last night.
he's probably as much as Kudobin is a story. I think that's really all he is now. I mean, he's been great. I'm not taking anything away from him, but it's just a goaltending story. Like, oh wow, their starting goalie's not there. Kudobin's been great. That's happened in the cup how many times before? Matt Murray. You've seen these second and third string goalies win a cup. It's not that impressive anymore. So for me, if Dallas finds a way to win this series, I think Pavelski wins the Conn Smythe. I don't think it's even a question.
I would 100% agree. I think he has separated himself far beyond, and I think his efforts, especially in the last 2 games, to keep them in this series have been absolutely heroic. Like he has just come through for the boys.
I mean,
He's scoring goals from everywhere, shooting the puck from everywhere. He is a monster this series.
You think they're going to win the cup last night, and Pavelski, you got to know that Captain America is out there, and it's just not going to happen.
That's a great nickname for him. I gotta say, I like it.
I fell asleep, and Alex, she said to me, she fucking tapped me on the shoulder. She couldn't fall asleep. Baby's been kicking and punching. He's quite active, like his dad. He's a little bit of a nut job already. But couldn't sleep, and she taps me, and she goes, "You said Dallas was going to tie it." And I open my eyes, and there's like 4.5 to go, and sure enough, Pavelski. Who else? Who else? Let's be honest. I mean, when it comes to anything hockey and anything, big hockey news, who else but Joe Pavelski? After leaving, I mean, let's be honest. Do you think he even is going to leave last year, San Jose? Like, there's no way, no shot. You know what I mean? It's like we know your contract's up, but how are you not re-signing with the team you've been with your entire career? And he decides to make a move, and it's he wants it to pay off, obviously, because he's not letting this series end. It's just not.
No.
He has a hand in both wins, and I don't see him going away for Game 6. I think you're going to see the most motivated Joe Pavelski you've seen in his 15-year career in the next game here.
It's going to be something transcendent, to be honest. And I'm excited. And we haven't even, it's kind of funny because we were just rattling off all about Dallas. We haven't even talked about Tampa, who has just been an even more just monstrous force. Just they are imposing. They are scoring goals. I'm not even worried about them.
If this is different years, you probably have, like, it's a shame. It's great for us as fans that we get to see this series because it's been fantastic, and it doesn't look like it's going to get – it looks like it's going to get better here, obviously. You got Game 6 and hopefully Game 7 coming up. So, I mean, it's been as it was advertised, I would have told you, wow, like what a shit way for the NHL to end a coronavirus season with no ratings. Like, no ratings, no ticket sales, like, you're in a little bit of money trouble, and then you get Dallas versus Tampa Bay, the two southernmost, like, not huge. I mean, Dallas gets fans, Tampa Bay gets fans, but they're not monster market teams that you would want to face each other when in need of cash. So as somebody looking at the business side of things for the NHL, you're really like, probably Bettman's probably like, oh shit, like this is not what you want. Like, you know what I mean? But fuck, like this has been an unbelievable cup. I mean, Tampa Bay, we just totally, you would have thought that Dallas won the cup with how we just spoke about them, but what does that say about a Tampa Bay team that we haven't even touched on yet that's up in the series? What does that say about them? I mean, how good are they that we just spoke about Dallas that way and we haven't even touched Tampa Bay?
And let's just start out. I got 2 points to make, and I'm happy. My hot take was very close to being right, and it was. If Dallas had taken Game 2, well, you're about to go see a horse race. So, but at the same time, it was close. Stamkos comes back, Game 3, absolute injection, and you know what? Guy spends 2 minutes on the ice, scores probably one of the nicest goals of the Stanley Cup. Avoids a hit, shrieks down the wing, and finds only just this amount of room to put a puck. Just I don't even know how you do that.
Let's not mention he rips it fucking far side top corner, and the puck goes all the way down the other end of the ice. I mean, I could barely reach the net from where he shot from. He puts one top corner, and it ends up all the way down by the other goal. I mean, what a rocket! Like he never got off the ice in the last 6 months.
Did you see how the boys reacted on the bench, the coaching
Oh
staff,
my
the
God,
trainers?
but
Just
to me,
it,
to
it
me,
looked like they won the cup.
I mean, we honestly we took Tampa to win the cup. I think that sequence alone is the reason that Tampa Bay is going to win the cup. I don't think that the series is over. I honestly I think we're going 7 now because I think you're going to see Pavelski and Perry come out with a charged up 7 in the next game, and I just don't think they're ready to go home. I think I think you're going to see a game 7 double overtime victory in this one because these guys put so much heart and soul into the fucking. All right. It wasn't supposed to be a hot take, but we'll take it. Honestly, the guys, I think you're seeing the emotion that has gone into the bubble. Your families aren't a part of it. Nobody's around you. It's you. It's the boys. It's hockey. It's go home, go to sleep, wake up, hockey. Go home, go to sleep, wake up, hockey. By yourself. These guys are emotionally drained. They're mentally drained. They've been in the bubble for fucking going on 4 months now. I mean, they're tired. They want to be home with their families. But, I mean, I think you're seeing, and you saw it in Game 5, like they just gave way too much for it to be over now. And I just don't see a scenario with what's gone on this year and how everything's gone with – I don't see a scenario where the cup doesn't end in overtime, like Game 7 overtime. Like, it's got to go that way for the boys in the bubble. It's going to hurt whoever loses. But, I mean, these guys deserve to get every last minute of hockey after what they've put themselves through to get here.
And just hoping maybe he could do it again. But shout out to Shattenkirk from the former New York Ranger boy for putting one in overtime and getting his spotlight and really just getting charged up to bring him up all the way up to 1.
Let's be honest.
Yeah. Like, I mean, come on. Guy basically
revitalized. I read an article last night. I mean, we're going to do trade rumors coming up here this week. We got a lot of stuff that went on with the Rangers and a bunch of other teams. Stahl brothers moving all over the fucking league. I mean, a lot of stuff going on. We're going to get into that this week. We're not going to drift off right now. But, I mean, I mean, this is crazy, man. This is look where we are. We started lighting the lamp. I mean, when? 2 months ago. At the beginning of the bubble, week 1 of the bubble, we started episode 1, and here we are, episode 20, Game 6 of the Stanley Cup tomorrow night. Lamp boys not doing great betting. It's been a lackluster playoff to say the least for the boys, but we've had a shitload of fun. I mean, look where we've ended up in this amount of time. It's been fucking great. We got plenty of segments of coming up here with trophies and fucking trade talk, and obviously the cup is not over. So like to, if possible, get on tomorrow night, get a little live going during the game if we can make it happen. I know your work schedule is a little different than mine, but if we can make something happen, like to get on and give it a rip tomorrow.
Little live broadcast for the fans. Maybe actually talk through the game, watch it. I maybe see, if Tampa Bay could close this out and win the cup. I actually thought they, really were going to do it last night.
I thought so last night. I thought it was over, man. I mean, let's be honest. Braden Point, we talked about all these guys from Dallas. I mean, like, you got Braden Point, Anthony Cirelli, Shattenkirk. You have so many guys on Tampa Bay that obviously have given the same amount of time and effort, and you have some veterans there in McDonough and Shattenkirk who want to win a cup, guys that have been in the league 10, 11, 12 years. Pat Maroon just won a cup with Tampa. Who was it? St. Louis. But you got a couple of these guys there. They've given their all. They've been in the league 10, 11, 12 years. I mean, it's a similar –
you didn't even name Kucherov.
Hedman,
bro.
But we got all these guys on Tampa Bay that have given their fucking all and have been absolutely incredible. I mean, I think these two teams that are playing each other right now, this is who deserves to be playing against each other. I mean, and they're showing it to you night in and night out. You're getting an absolute you're just getting the best hockey that I've seen in a really long time. You're getting two teams that really believe that they're going to win a game every single night. Both teams go out and they truly both believe they're going to win a hockey game. So even when it's 3-1, you could never shut the Dallas Stars and Tampa Bay off. It doesn't matter what's going on. It could go the other way.
100%. Like, how many times have you just seen like the team crawl back, fight back, one goal?
We had the bet in. I didn't like it. I argued with you. Let's call you out on that now. I told you, let's put $1,000 on Tampa Bay. You're going to put $1,000 on Tampa Bay. Yes, it was inevitable for some reason. I just had a gut. I just had that feeling. I went with Timmy. We took the odds. We took Dallas, and honestly, they didn't disappoint, man. Because let's be honest, it was 3-0 in the first period, and going midway through the third, you're 3-2, and Dallas is surging. So it looks like you're gonna get pulled back in there. Obviously, doesn't happen, but I mean, just every game, no matter what goes on, nobody goes away. Nobody goes away.
So do you think Stamkos comes back game 6? I bet you if he doesn't come back for game 6 and Tampa loses, he will be on the ice on the bench in game 7.
Without a doubt. I agree with. If that's a hot take, I'm joining your hot take. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I don't think he plays game 6, but I do think, like you said, if they lose, he's playing game 7.
He'll break his legs. He'll do whatever it takes.
He's going to risk his career for game 7.
100%. And if you're not, I don't know who you are.
I think he's at that point where, it's cup or bust, and you know what? I'll play fucking game 7, and if it ruins my career and I win the cup, then so be it.
Yeah, I think, as a hockey player, I think we all signed up for that from day one, right? You basically lay everything on the line.
Would you rather be in? I mean, as a hockey player who's played 11, 12 years in the league, do you want it to end so young? No, probably not. But I mean, let's be honest. If you could play a decade in the league, win 2 gold medals in that time with Canada, be a part of both of them after an Olympic snub at 18 years old that you were mad about because he had fucking 50 goals. I mean, the guy's got accolades that guys played 25 years and don't have. So I mean, if you're him, I think you risk it all for the cup. I think you lay it on the line for the cup.
Lay it on the line for the cup, and that's just really
everything else. You're not going to beat Gretzky's stats. You're not. I mean, you're going to be a Hall of Famer. I think you lay it on the line to win your cup. This will be the 3rd cup you've been in since you've been there. You've lost 2. It's time.
It's time. You got to have the name mesh in history. But I mean, look at where Pavelski is, right? Pavelski's on the opposite end, kind of same time, late in the career, just chasing the dream and trying to make it happen. And how many more shots is he going to really get at this, right? I mean, Dallas was close last year. They're here now and 2 games away. But I mean, he's playing like a 25-year-old. I mean, any team would be lucky to have Joe Pavelski just stashed on their bench to just show up in playoffs. So
absolutely, man.
We'll see who takes it. But
I think what we should do here is obviously we did a lot of talking here so far. We had a nice little epi that we ripped up. You look like you're buzzing. Looks like the boot worked, and it looks like the boot worked. And you will not be yakking this morning, but you will be drinking on this fine Sunday. Otherwise, You're going to be miserable. So you're going to enjoy that. But I think what we do is we make this one short and sweet. And I think we roll in tomorrow night and we get at least a period in with the fans here. And we get a little live stream going. Do an episode live with the game on. Get the boys going. We could do a little trade episode pre or post, whatever we decide to do. I mean, we got a lot coming up for you guys. Honestly, hockey's not going anywhere. I mean, the cup is going to end. You go right into the draft. Free agency. And then, I mean, we're looking at a late December, early January start. So you're going to have trades and free agent signings and all types of shit going on with the Seattle Kraken. I mean, we have so much to do from October until January 1st. So, I mean, I'm excited. Whether the cup ends tomorrow night or not, hockey is not going anywhere. It's an exciting time for, people like us. This is what we wanted to do. We picked a pretty good time to do it because hockey is going to jumble together for the next 2 seasons after this before we go back to normal. So you're going to have a lot of hockey, a lot of content. We have a lot to talk about. Obviously, it's been a great episode, Tim. I appreciate you getting on and battling through the hangover. What do you got for me before we end here? Anything?
No, not much, but yeah, fans. So we are, we're trying to expand. I know. So I've actually talked to a few folks and a few fans that have been listening in and tuning in, and they've wanted other options, right? Other than just signing on to YouTube, they've wanted to get on to, seeing the podcast on Spotify, on, other channels, Apple Podcasts. So we're trying to expand. I'm working on that right now. So hopefully I have an update here for you just about us being launched on some new platforms and some new streaming areas, so you can move beyond YouTube and get to a few other places. And again, we're just trying to bring you as much content as we can. What's that?
Kind of sit at work, be able to listen to us on your headphones rather than tune in and have to see the video and all that, or go onto YouTube.
100%.
Make it a little easier for everybody.
We're just trying to make it easy.
The goal from the get-go was the podcast to begin with. we kind of just dove into things. This was the quickest route to get us moving, and we're definitely moving forward here. Mr. Tim's been making some serious investments for the boys. He's been making a lot of moves. Like I said last episode, we have somebody coming in to kind of help us with the social media aspect. So we got a lot of stuff moving forward here. Listen, it takes time. You look at Spittin' Chicklets, they're 315 episodes or something crazy like that in.
We'll get there.
We're headed for episode. This is 20, right? Is that what it is? We're episode 20.
Episode 20.
Episode 20 today. I mean, we're moving along. We're giving you a lot of content here weekly. We've slowed down a bit with the series slowing down, but we got a lot of stuff coming up here for you. We're very excited. That I can tell you, because we've been doing some work, especially Mr. Beer Dola. As much as he chugs the beer, he's on the computer moving shit forward for us. So
I'm a brain as well. I'm a brain and boozer.
We appreciate you out there on the Gold Coast, pal.
Oh yeah, I'm a brain and I'm a brain and boozer. I just I put it both together. But fans, we always appreciate your time. Please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your family, and hopefully everyone can get down with the Lamp Boys, have a beer, and enjoy listening to some hockey content. But JG, you go see Eights and Aces. Hopefully a big win.
You too, baby. You too.
Let's try to get on tomorrow. We'll try to do a broadcast.
I'd like to do a little live stream. If not, we like we said, we have some stuff coming up, trade talk, trophies, all that. So we'll chat. Have a good one, Bob.
Well, signing off. Take it easy, fans. Take it easy, JG.
You too, pal.